America, 1933. A nation once roaring with prosperity now whispered in desperation. Banks had failed. Savings were gone. Factories stood silent. Trust in institutions had collapsed. And when trust collapses, anger rises. People search for villains. And they searched for heroes. They did not know it yet, but one man would soon become both. John Herbert Dillinger was born in Indianapolis in 1903. He was clever, charming, and impossible to contain. He disliked routine, disliked obedience, disliked being told what his life should be. Even as a boy, he wanted the thrill of the unexpected, the rush of risk, the feeling of being ahead of everyone else. No one imagined then that these traits would one day shake the nation. In his 20s, Dillinger made a mistake. A small robbery, poorly planned, easily stopped, but the punishment was severe. Years behind bars. For most men, prison breaks ambition. For Dillinger, it awakened it. Prison introduced Dillinger to professional criminals. Men who treated robbery like engineering. Men who studied vaults, alarms, guards, schedules. Dillinger absorbed every lesson. He studied discipline. He studied deception. He studied people. By the time his sentence ended, he was no longer impulsive. He was deliberate. Freedom returned. But Dillinger did not return to ordinary life. He had studied too much, learned too much, dreamed too far beyond normal boundaries. He gathered men who believed in him, men who trusted his calm certainty. And together, they went to work. The robberies were swift, efficient, almost professional. No shouting, no unnecessary fear, only precision. By the time sirens approached, only empty vaults and tire tracks remained. Soon, his name appeared everywhere. John Dillinger, the man robbing the very banks that had taken everything from the people. To law enforcement, he was a crisis. To the public, he was entertainment. To some, he was justice. Eventually, the law caught up. Dillinger was jailed. The story, they believed, was over. But legends are never that simple. With a gun carved from wood, Dillinger convinced guards it was real. Fear does not inspect details. They handed him real weapons. And he walked out the front door, without running, without urgency, as if escape had always been the plan. America was stunned. The government was alarmed. The FBI was young, still proving its purpose. J. Edgar Hoover recognized opportunity. Catch Dillinger, and the Bureau would become a national power. Fail, and they would be a national embarrassment. Dillinger was declared public enemy number one. The hunt began. State lines blurred. Cities passed. Close calls became routine. Each escape strengthened the myth. Each failure sharpened the pursuit. America followed every headline like chapters of a living thriller. Then came the quietest turning point of all. A woman close to Dillinger was offered a deal. Safety, protection, a future. In return, she would do one thing: identify him in public. Her signal, a red dress beneath theater lights. Trust, the one thing Dillinger had never mastered, would end him. July 22, 1934. For the first time in months, Dillinger felt normal. A movie, a laugh, a night out, then a glance, a signal, a final step into fate. The manhunt ended that night in Chicago. The outlaw era closed its door. America awoke to the news. The FBI had proven its reach. Federal law had announced its arrival. And the most wanted man in the country was gone. Criminal, master planner, symbol of rebellion in desperate times. A man who turned a prison cell into a classroom, a wooden gun into escape, a robbery into national drama. John Herbert Dillinger, the man who outran America, 1903 to 1934. And though his chase ended on a Chicago sidewalk, his legend never left.